Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. You are here for one very, very specific reason. You like forking pieces in chess. And so do I. That's why I've got an amazing game for you. It's a personal game because it's one of mine. And I'm calling this the greatest fork ever, question mark, because it may well have been. It's not a traditional fork, but I think given the scenario I was in, it is one of the greatest forks ever. Now, this game was played in the most recent Untitled Tuesday. You can find the stream still on the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to hit 1k by my 21st birthday, which is in 100 odd days. Not even 20 yet. So subscribe does help and goes a long way to supporting the channel. I was playing Untitled Tuesday. You can see 1668. That's my lit rating. Of course, I recently passed 2000 rapid elo on chess.com, and we are playing Canadian person who's 1997 blitz rating. So very impressive stuff here. So e4, and I played a Caracan defense. They played knight to c3, and we spat out a little bit of opening theory here with h4, h6, knight h3. Knight h3 was a move I wasn't prepared for, and I think I even mentioned it on the stream, because typically the knight goes to f3. Here I picked up knight to d7, which is the move I normally play when the knight goes to f3. But the nuance of the knight going to rather to h3 is that it can now go to f4. Bishop to h7, the only logical move from my side. I don't want to lose the bishop, I don't want to damage my pawn structure. B, bishop to c4. e6, just securing everything. Castles is a mistake because I have queen takes h4, which is just a free pawn that I don't think either of us saw. Yeah, it's just free. And you don't have that problem with the knight on f3, so I didn't even consider it. I just played bishop to e7 because I was really worried about sacrifices here. And you can see bishop e7 is terrible. And it's terrible for one specific reason. Knight g h5. Knight g h5. And these three pieces are just causing devastating distraction, and the queen is flying in. But instead of that, they sacrifice the bishop, which is what I was very worried about, because bishop takes e6, f takes e6 is a mistake. Capturing the free piece is a mistake. Please don't click away. The fork's coming. Brilliant. Here, what I need to play is knight gf6. Just ignore that they've taken my bishop and develop my knight. Just ignore the fact that they took the pawn. I didn't do that. I played f takes e6. Knight takes e6. Queen comes out to b6. Knight takes g7. King d8 is not the best move. I'm completely lost. In 30 moves, I'm completely lost. But knight 3 f5 comes in and gives me a little bit of hope, because I can play bishop takes f5 and remove an attacker and develop my knight. Again, not the best move according to the engine. It thinks I should play queen b5. Anyway, knight gf6. They take my bishop and force my king back into the center. I just played king to d8 again. The c3, because for some reason I thought this pawn needed defending. I was never going to take that. Rook to g8 is a miss. This game is atrocious. It's a blitz game between players who are not that good. Again, the engine wants queen to b5. I assume it so the queen can swing this way and have access on this diagonal, and you might need to come defend on some critical squares. I assume that's the reason. Rook to g8, I was like, me attack king. Because I was like, well, I'm lost. I need to create an attack on the king. I do give up the h6 pawn, which is not the best move, and now knight to d5. Because I thought I need to put my knight in the center. It really solidifies everything. The best thing here is queen takes b2. I don't understand what world the engine can say queen takes b2 is the best move when the rook is coming down and just adding another attacker to my butt-naked king in the center of the board. Knight to d5. Knight to d5 is a really nice move because it kind of controls some key squares, or not that one, on the diagonal that it was taken, and it puts pressure and gives me some options. Bishop comes back to give it a check, and now my king can go there, and now the bishop can't go to f4. So queen e2, and now I just played rook a8, which is the best move. Didn't get many of those. Queen d2 is the best move, and now rook f e8, which is an inaccuracy. It's like stop it with the rook. Stop it with the rook. What you should do here is play king to c8. Get your king off of this diagonal. Go hide him in the corner. That's what we're going to attempt to do. But we first need to play rook f8. A5 makes a lot of sense. A5 makes less sense. A4 and A5, we just push pawns for a second. Rook e4 is a slight miss from them, as long as I play queen to b3. A lot of random queen moves that are the best move according to the engine. That's why no one understands engine play. Knight 7 f6. I just hit the knight and I thought I'm going to force a trade. The check, I take. Apparently taking is not the best move here. The best move in this position is to play king to c8. And I'm winning. Bishop f4, devastating blunder, but I just took. Knight takes f4, queen takes, now king to c8. Queen gives me a check, and I'm just going to hide my king in the corner. Rook comes here, and now, very nice idea. I move my knight, it hits the queen, and it hits the rook. I thought I'm going to win material. I don't, because there's this check. But I need to play king a7, which I do, the best move. The rook is still hanging. Rook to g7 is the best move, but now the tides have turned. Rook h8 is still fine, ignoring the rook trade. Queen e4 is devastating if I play rook f4. If I play rook f4 to try and win this pawn and kick up the queen, I don't. Play rook e8, again, shuffling the rook on the back rank. Now I take the pawn like this. Rook takes h4. Still completely winning, bring my rook back. b4 I'm fine with because takes, the pawn jumps in and my knight has to go forward. It's been booted from d5, but ladies and gentlemen, the board is clearing. We're getting very close to some of the best moments of this game. As I now push a6, and I'm really panicked. So I play rook e7, only defensive move, takes, king takes, and now here, but I drop my knight back, nice and solid. At least I thought so. I doubled my rooks, the pawn broke through, I took with the queen, the rook comes in, I drop the queen back, takes, and we get to this endgame, where I'm up a knight, but these two pawns are problematic, and I should be winning. I was dead lost, now I should be winning. So you're going to say, oh, so the fault is just you winning. Yeah, no. I'm up on time. I'm playing someone 300 rating points above me. And I don't handle time pressure well. You know, queen f5, queen 1 check. I was more than happy to make a draw. I pushed my pawn all the way. Queen d8 is a slight inaccuracy here, and then I queen. Why? Because I thought my calculation here was takes, and then I would take here, force the king back, and take this. And I thought, here I will not lose. That's what I thought. Here I will not lose. b1 queen. They played queen f7 check. I blocked with the knight, and they made a queen. So now there's 4 queens on the board. Queen takes g8 check. Queen takes g8. So now we're in the same endgame. I give a check. King comes up. 14 seconds versus 34. Check. Here. Check. Here. Check. Forcing the queens off the board. I thought they brought the queen back. And here, I was not willing to trade because I was like, I don't think my knight can defend this endgame. It very, very much can. I was just too panicked with 30 seconds on the clock, where I need to be calmer. Probably need to understand because I can just plonk the knight on e6. My king will run around, grab this pawn, defend the knight, and push my remaining pawn to win the game. Oh, my mouse is floating all over the place. Okay, it's back. Yes, so queen g4, I played queen h check, and brought my knight forward, but allowed a check. The king came up, and check in here, and I win this pawn. King takes e5, check, here, check, and I push the pawn. And I pushed the pawn, check, here, and I lost my queen. Ladies and gentlemen, you see what pieces are on board. You might know where this video is going. King to d4, check, here, pawn push, knight here. f5 is an inaccuracy. And I drop the devastating knight e4 check. And I pick up the queen. I am now completely winning. Again, I have 20 seconds versus 5. King comes forward. Now it's about getting my knight forward to stop the last pawn, and I go the wrong way. Here, in this position, I needed to go knight to d4. I don't know why nothing's fine. Knight to d4, because I could get to e6, which would stop the pawn on f8. That was the journey my knight needed to take. It did. It went the wrong way. And now the pawn got through, and I brought my knight back in time to watch them queen. This game is not over. The final plot twist is not over. Knight to d4 again. Check. Here. Check. Here. I was very happy with the draw here. Let's not be honest. I declined the draw, but check. And here, and check, and here, and I lost the pawn. And now, king to e4. The queen comes back, the knight moves forward, I'd have to defend my knight. I have one hope in this position, and that is to watch my knight run around the board and not get lost. My only job here is to not lose my knight, not get it pinned where I can't defend it, run my king around the board, stay away, try, with all my might, find another fork. Ladies and gentlemen, it was looking bad. I hung my knight. My knight was lost. They didn't take it because there was minimal time on the clock. I then defended it. I defended it again. And queen e6 was the move I was waiting for on move 102, because I found knight to d5 check. The clutchest knight fork in the history of chess. King moved over, and I took the queen, and the game ended in a draw by insufficient material.